Hey guys, Cameron here again, and today I'm going to do another gear review video. It's summer in North Texas, and it's really hot right now, so it's pretty much my off season for backpacking. I don't do much backpacking during summer, pretty much none at all actually. Anyway, so I'm going to do a gear review today over the Jetboil Minimo. Now, a little while back, I did a review over the Foster's beer can stove, which was the ultra lightweight Esbit stove. It took a little while to get your water boiling. This is pretty much the exact opposite. It's quite a bit heavier, but it's got a lot more features, obviously, than a beer can stove. And this gets your water boiling super fast. So I want to give you a few opinions about it, show you the ins and outs. And so here we go, let's get to it. Alright, so first thing I want to talk about is the size and shape of this stove. As you'll notice, it's a little bit shorter and squattier than the older style Jetboils. Those were the tall, skinny ones that stuck up real tall when you put the fuel canister on the bottom. And those are still great stoves. They boil just as fast, but they are a little more prone to tipping over, and they pretty much just boil water. And I'll show you the difference in this stove here in a little bit. So let me weigh it for you real quick so you can see what the total package is. And this is for the stove with fuel along with it. It's coming in at 1 pound, 4.5 ounces, so about 20.5 ounces. And like I said, that is with a small fuel canister in there. So that's basically like that's what your setup is going to weigh whenever you take it with you. So I'll break it down into pieces and show you each individual part that comes with it, and then we'll put it together and I'll show you how everything works. Alright, so if we spin it around back here, you'll notice it has these fold-out handles. This is different than the older style Jetboils that have the strap you would just slide your hand through. So this is a really neat feature that you can use it just like a normal coffee mug. These have a rubber coating on them so they won't get hot even whenever your stove is hot. So that's one really nice feature, and they fold up out of the way. Next, you'll see down here on the bottom, this is a bowl that you can eat out of. You can drink soups out of this. This lid that's on the stove right now will actually fit on there, and you can drink out of that. It also has measurement markings, so it has like an 8 ounce, 16 ounce markings. I'm sorry, not 8 ounce, 16 ounce. It has a 4 ounce and 8 ounce. So you can measure out your liquid ingredients and pour those into your stove to get it going. I personally have never eaten out of this or used it. I have used it as a measuring cup. I mainly just carry it because it covers the bottom part of the stove. Next, you will see the lid, and this orange piece in here is a pot stand. So that's kind of a cool way that the pot stand stores inside of the lid. So what this does is this pops out, and these legs fold out like so. And I think they sell these to go with the older style Jetboils, and you can use this exact one with your other Jetboil. But the Minimo comes with this. And you'll see these little grooves in here. This inside groove is for a smaller fuel canister to sit in, and this holds your whole fuel canister and stove and pot on top of this. And they have the bigger ones that use the bigger size canisters. This is great for in the backcountry, setting the whole system down on uneven ground. It'll keep it from tipping over. If you're cooking on like a table at a campground or something, you don't really need this because you've already got a flat surface to cook on. So let's look at the lid itself. It has some cool features. Like I said, it has the place to put the pot stand. It also has a drinking hole right here, so you can leave this on the bowl that I showed you or on the stove itself, and you can drink straight from it if you're drinking soups or if you want to do coffee in your Jetboil. This side over here has a strainer, so if you're doing pastas, cooking pasta in there, you can strain the water out without losing any of your pasta. It also has this hole right here in the middle, and that's for the Java press if you're using your Jetboil like a French press. It's not hard. You can bend this up so you don't have to worry about this breaking. And then it also has this little hole up here on top you can run a line through if you want to tie it to the rest of your stove so you don't lose it. So next we're going to look down in the stove, and this is the stove and your fuel canister both fit in here. And you'll notice they fit in there sideways. In the older Jetboils that are thinner and taller, they'll slide in lengthwise. These fit in sideways. So This is the stove and the fuel canister, and obviously when you put it together, the fuel canister will go on bottom. When you store it like this, it goes on top, and that's how it slides in. So this is the Jetboil fuel canister. This is the one I use because it's a Jetboil. I think it says it's specially mixed for Jetboil. I don't know if that's true. It's just what I use. You can pick these up at Academy. You can use the Jetboil stove with other canister fuels. It works just fine. So this is the new regulator they put on the stove. This is quite a bit different than the older style Jetboils. And what's cool about this is one, you can use it down in colder temperatures. I think at least down to 20 degrees, and it still works. Some other of the fuel canisters don't work down in colder temperatures. Also, it allows you to simmer. So the other Jetboils are just full blast, boil water, and that's pretty much what they're good for. This, if you want to simmer some soups or cook things for longer times, that is what this regulator is for. So that's really cool. I don't personally use it for that too much. I mainly just boil water, but it's cool to know that you have that feature if you need to. So it has this flip out valve here. This is how you let in more or less fuel. So that's cool that it flips up under here. Whenever you store the stove, you don't have to worry about it getting broken off. It still has the main burner in the middle, and then it has these rings around here, which are for taking the pot, and it has slots on the side of it. And basically what you do is line those up, and you can twist it on, so you don't have to worry about the pot falling off of the stove. This is the inside of the stove. Like I said, the pot is shorter and a little bit squattier. I like that. I think it's a cool size. It makes it easy. It's a good size if you're going to be drinking out of it. It's like a big coffee mug at home. You'll also notice this neoprene sleeve that goes around here, so you don't have to worry about burning yourself. Now, if you've just boiled water, this will still be pretty hot, but you don't have to worry about actually burning yourself on the metal right there. So let me assemble this all for you, and let me show you what it looks like. All right, so first off, we're going to start with our base. We're going to fold out this stand for the whole system. Next, you'll take that fuel canister and you'll just snap it into these little grooves that I was talking about. It's a real simple process. This will stay on here. It's not coming off. That is a good base to set it down on. Next, you will take your stove, and it's threaded just like every other stove that goes on a fuel canister, and you will just line those up and twist it on until it tightens up. That's basically it. Now you got your stove is ready to go. Next, you will take your pot, and like I showed you before, you line up the little grooves to slide this on there, and you can tighten it up really tight. In my opinion, that makes it kind of hard to get off once you have this full of boiling water. So what I do is just line it up and just barely twist it, and that'll make it a lot easier to come off once you get it. So at this point, you obviously will fill up your pot with however much water you need, and then you can slide your lid on, and it's ready to boil. The cool thing about this stove is that this will boil water. Basically what I need, I use between 1 cup and 2 cups. It'll boil that in just a few minutes. It's really fast. So basically, to get this thing going, what we're going to do is twist this all the way open until you hear it. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and close it since I'm inside. So you'll open it up all the way until you hear it. And then the Jetboil has this little switch right here that is the self-igniter. It lights on the first time every time. I've never had it not light. And basically what you'll do is you'll pop that, and it throws a spark inside there, and it'll light right up. So let me take this outside and we'll do a time test, and I'll show you just exactly how fast this can boil some water. All right, so basically what I'm gonna do is cook what I would normally cook on a trip, and that's about 1.5 cups of water for a 2-person Mountain House meal, which look like this right here. You can pick these up at Walmart, Academy, any place like that. This one's actually 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna try to boil 1.5 and see exactly how long that takes us. And so all you do is measure out your water in this bowl, which I've already done. If you fill it up to this top rim, that's 1.5 cups. and you'll pour it in, and then go ahead and open this valve up till you hear it, and then press the igniter, and you'll hear it running, and then go ahead and wait. Alright, so it's been about a minute and a half. Within 30 seconds I started seeing steam on the top of the lid, and it's been a minute and a half and it's at a rolling boil now. So I will go ahead and turn that off, and then you just twist the stove off of the, the pot off of the stove, and you will pour it into your Mountain House meal and wait whatever it says, usually 8 to 10 minutes, and you're ready to eat. That's why I love this stove, because it's so quick. So something else to mention is the whole reason I even have this stove. I picked this up whenever I was going to Guadalupe Mountains a few times ago. If you'll notice, if you ever keep up with my channel, I go there quite often, and they only let you use the canister stoves. Normally I would take the Esbit, but I picked this up as my canister stove. There are lighter options, but this is really cool with all the features it has. The canister stoves are a little safer. This year, I think, 15,000 acres burned at Guadalupe Mountains, so it just shows you exactly how dangerous wildfires can be. So these are a little bit safer. I picked this up at REI for around $100. I think I got it on sale. I think they're normally $130, maybe $140. Just keep an eye out, and you can probably pick these up on sale for about $100. That's kind of expensive, I guess, but if you're in the market for a good quality, quick burning stove, this is definitely a great option for 1 or 2 people, maybe even up to 3 people. This is a great option. These little fuel canisters that it comes with, the little small one that I showed you, the 3.5 ounce, that's good for several day backpacking trip, so you don't need to be too overly cautious, bring in a whole bunch of extra fuel canisters. That'll work just fine for a few day trip. Well guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the review. I'll try to dig through my gear bin and see what else I can do a review over here within the next couple weeks. Hopefully it cools off soon, so I'm ready to get back out there and get hiking. Hope you have a great time out there if you're getting a chance to get out hiking right now, and hopefully I'll see you out there later.